Hello guys, Brad here again with another video. This will be my fragrance reviewer tag response video. And I've been tagged by Jay, also known as Sometimes Sober, Fragrance Wires, or as I like to call him, the Neil Peart of the fragrance community. Um, so I have my 12 questions right here. Let's get started. Number one, what are your earliest fragrance memories? Well, probably for me, going back to high school, I remember as a kid getting lots of gift sets for Christmas. My mom has lots of sisters, so my aunts would send me these gifts of things like British Sterling, Brut, um, Stetson, things like that. So I ended up with lots of those cheap types of fragrances and aftershaves. I don't think I really wore them that much, but I do remember having a lot of them around, and I think my mom actually may have gotten me some stuff as well. I remember having a bottle of Old Spice. Um, I remember having a bottle of Gray Flannel. So those are my memories, those types of fragrances growing up as gifts. I didn't really buy fragrances for myself at that point. I didn't really need to. Didn't really care about fragrances. And yeah, so that's number one. Number two, what was your first fragrance purchase? Well, I do remember really liking Gray Flannel when I was younger. And when my bottle went empty, I decided to replace it. But when I was at the local five and dime store, I noticed that they had a knockoff version of Gray Flannel for about $3. So I bought that, and it did actually smell a lot like Gray Flannel. Unfortunately, gave me a headache. So not a very satisfying first purchase for me. Learned my lesson, but that wouldn't be the first time I got burned on a blind buy. Number three, what was your first niche purchase? For me, I believe that was Creed's Himalaya. I remember on eBay they had a bottle, 4 ounces, $60, and I bought it. I'm not sure why it was so cheap. I think it was probably an expired tester bottle. Some people might say it was probably fake, but ignorance is bliss. I'm going to assume it was authentic and leave it at that. Number four, what was your first blind buy? I wasn't really sure, but according to my research, looking through old check registers, one of my early blind buys was Azzaro Visit. Basically a cedarwood, incensey type fragrance. Okay, but probably better for romantic wear than daytime wear. So didn't really think it was that great. Number five, what was your best blind buy? For me, without a doubt, Ted Baker's Endurance. Got this off of eBay for about $25. Read some good things about it on Base Notes, and it turned out to be a great blind buy for me. Don't see any other bottles of it available anywhere on eBay or other websites, so I'm very happy to have this in my collection. Great blind buy for me. Number six, what was your worst blind buy? Several of them, but the one that stands out is Yang by Yok Fath. I remember buying a bottle of that one and it having a lot of great feedback, but unfortunately, to me, it kind of had like an old man medicinal fungal powder type smell to it, so I didn't like it. Number seven, what are your favorite fragrance notes? Some of the ones that I tagged here: pineapple, ginger, tobacco, sandalwood, and rhubarb. I think all those are great notes. And actually, maybe I should make a signature scent with those notes. Sounds great. Number eight, what is your favorite fragrance house? I believe I tackled this earlier on my channel. I think probably for me, Dolce & Gabbana is a great fragrance house. The One is certainly full bottle worthy. The One Gentleman's pretty good. The original Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme is pretty good. Probably the weakest one that I've smelled is the One Sport. But other than that, I think I've had good experience with Dolce & Gabbana fragrances. What fragrance best describes you? Number nine. I think for me, the best fragrance to describe me would be Miracle Homme by Lancôme. It's a discontinued fragrance, but it's a great maplewood fragrance. And growing up in the maple industry in my hometown, I think it does a good job of this kind of exemplifying maple trees and the maple industry. So if you think New Harlem is good, I think you'll really like Miracle Homme. It's not quite as sweet. Number 10, what is your favorite fragrance? Very hard question because I don't typically wear fragrances so much for me, more for reviewing purposes. But the ones that really stood out for me are Riverside Drive, and of course one that I own but don't really wear because I just never get around to wearing it. La Humaniste blew me away on the first sniff, and maybe someday I'll start wearing that one more because it is a really good fragrance. Number 11, what is your fragrance profile? I think for me, basically clean, fresh, hospital friendly, kind of light citrus, fresh out of the shower, fresh out of the laundry kind of smells. Now it's hard to keep buying those types of fragrances and find something unique. So for me, that's the real challenge of this journey. Number 12, what are your fragrance resolutions going forward? Well, for one thing, I'm very channel oriented. I'm trying to get 1,000 videos on my channel. So hopefully close to the end of the year, early next year, I will have 1,000 videos on my channel. I'm going to continue sampling, decants, samples. Look for some Avon to come up, maybe some Nautica, stuff like that in the near future. So that pretty much wraps it up. I'm tagging Jason, 860 Cologne, great reviewer, fellow Steelers fan as well. Looking forward to your video, man. That's it for me. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.